just now...
We're alive? We're alive?
We will continue to be alive until we are not. That's what it is. For some reason, when we stream anything... Oh, Chihiro!
No!
Background music always, like, super loud. So, hold on. Okay, now it should even out.
Damn it! I'm sad now.
Okay. And I'm gonna turn that down so it's not echoing all over the place.
Alright.
Alright. Ready to start the
Trial of Chihiro.
Yeah, but first, I wanna go over the fucking tier list. Because I think it's fucking hilarious. Come on, wake up. Alright, so in S tier we have Aoi Asahina and Kyoko Kirigiri. In A tier we got Toko Fukawa and Mondo Awada and Celestia Ludenberg. That's our A tier. You'll notice 2 sessions ago when we had our last tier list, this isn't gonna change much. In B tier we got Sakura Ogami and wherever he is, Kiyotaka Ishimaru. Finally, no, second to last we have C tier, which is ourselves. Fuck are you? Yasuhiro Hagakure. We have making a striking comeback. Fucking somewhere. Hifume Yamada.
Yes, he's gone up because Byakuya's an asshole.
Shut up. And also in C tier we have Chihiro Fujisaki. In D tier we have Sayaka Maizono. Yeah, this is D tier. Junko Enoshima, Leon Kawada, and finally, Byakuya Togami. That's right, Byakuya is a lower tier than a literal corpse.
Not even that. You need to make another tier to put him down there. Put him
I might put another tier for just the corpses, but Chihiro actually managed to make me care about them. So that was a genuine concern in my voice when I saw her.
I miss Chihiro.
Despair. Can I? It won't even let me leave. All right. But first, a word from our sponsors. Raid Shadow Legends.
Ahem. So, is everybody ready to... What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone?
I think Toko's still in our room.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Toko's not here.
Huh?
and Toko is...
Chick with the glasses?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? He's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
Wink, wink.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
Oh, God. I'm scared to see what happens next.
Just like that, just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind
The
him.
bear? How?
I told him I didn't want you to force me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. You're terrible!
Phew.
Phew. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle to the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
I just realized something. All the characters I fucking voice are getting killed. So soon we're gonna be out, I'm gonna be out of characters. I might as well take over a few of yours.
Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. So I made the choice to kill a girl like that. And the murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
It might even be you.
You ready? Are we doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did.
Count on it!
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Hey, come on!
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Almost like she has something to hide.
Shall we go?
No.
How very sad.
Must have been for being 3D. She was quite remarkable.
Gross.
Of course, just said, yeah, 3D makes you cringe.
Gross.
I imagine she just literally hogtied. Stop doing that. Why?
Time for Kristen to come in. There's something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. No. I like how the freaking question mark got curved. I guess I wasn't meant to help at all on this one.
I gave you plenty of work with. Show us how far your logic can take you.
Oh boy.
Monitor.
Nope. Fuck.
Small number, one last deep breath and walk towards the elevator on shaky legs.
Yeah, he got them shaky legs.
I feel my heart starting to race faster and faster.
Hold on. We have no choice, right? We gotta do this. Yes.
As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating.
Speculating. It seems a little more roomier this time around.
With heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground.
It's a little roomier. I got like two people on here this time. It's weird.
And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was not affected, however, continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated it. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
You're raring to go. Gotta say, you don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay, then let's get this show on the road.
Guess who's here? Just in time.
Hello.
I'm gonna take something. You want to get the one drink? Oh, yeah, that's true.
You do? What kind?
Is some Pepsi okay?
No, I'm too rich for Pepsi.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Yes, Pepsi
Well, what
is
did you
fine.
get then? What did you get then? Is that for yourself? It's lunchtime, everybody.
tapping.
You can tap it now.
Yeah.
It's soft. And yes, I was referring to your head. Oof.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Grab the coasters.
Everyone please find your assigned seats. But we're standing.
Probably clean the apartment more tomorrow.
And so the curtain opened once again.
A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly.
Deadly. Deadly. I know, a deadly religion.
Oh my god.
A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. You want to say deadly?
Way to be extra.
This game's nothing but extra.
Cause it's Yagi. I don't think we got any new abilities.
I don't think so either.
We didn't get any fucking new abilities. Everybody we talked to just gave us increased SP. I tried my fucking best to get Celeste's ability.
We'll get her after the trial, if she isn't the killer.
I don't think she is. I'm still, like, thinking it's Toko. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, I have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow.
Okay, so maybe it was a bad idea waiting a few days between our last session and now, because
It was a dumbbell.
I don't even fucking remember.
I remember, it was a dumbbell. I would never forget the murder weapon they killed the name is Chihiro. Yep.
Only option I have.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Fucking no.
Shoot!
Think about it one more time. Oh.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was not
Interesting. Right? Certainly would make for a powerful
No, I'm trying to
weapon.
get out of here.
Poor Chihiro.
That's what I'm saying, you have to go through the whole thing again.
No, I'm trying to quit out.
Oh.
I don't think you can in the middle of a trial.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a... What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh, why didn't you say that last time?
That certainly would make...
Poor
You did, you
Chihiro.
actually skipped over it.
How?
Chihiro's. It
Sped it
appears
up.
it was a head.
According to the
No, I did
Monokuma
not.
file,
It's the
the
first
killer... What
time
kind
we-
of blunt
I
instrument
hit
could it
this
have been?
one.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
He did not say that last time.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a...
Poor Chihiro.
This is the second time we've heard it, okay?
Chihiro.
fuck do I get?
His fatal
Always start
injury.
with Sakura.
It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Shut up!
That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's, it appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
You can slow it down, remember?
Yeah, I guess I could.
You know, you can.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
No.
Absolutely not. I'm going to buy iron
It
pipe.
was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Shut up. This is like the fourth.
If
body.
you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Yep.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
God, he sounds so bored.
I think he is. Did he really kill Chihiro?
Yep.
A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Oh, of course. I'm so glad we're this far in our game. We're still getting tutorials.
For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions.
What?
The truth bolts will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
But there's a way to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer.
What?
Which you can use to shoot down the white noise. If you have an actual mark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. But if your actual difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can't forget.
You just forget about it.
You just focus on the situation. Well, then good luck and have fun.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong!
I got all the proof right here, bitch.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking
Yeah,
around
I
the
totally
archive
found
in the
it.
By
library.
myself.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Weird how I just stumbled upon that, right?
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
I think I've heard this voice out.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Oh, I guess. I'm sure.
How the victim was put.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, The only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
He's a fucking weirdo.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Well, just fucking say it then.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
Why are you defending her?
What? Hey.
Because he
Okay,
wants boobies.
Wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
I don't think what she experienced
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I feel like I understand it. But also do not Toko. She's not one person, but multiple people, right?
What?
Remember, you have to hit if.
No, I know what I'm doing. I'm just like, what word do you need me to do? Multiple personality disorder? That won't fucking fit. Think. Where's my straw? What could it be?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Alright, I'm just gonna fucking guess.
No.
That was not right. Oh boy. What is this? It's not I or A.
Well, let's see.
It can't be.
What's your answer?
I guess we'll try it again.
I refuse to give up yet!
I can't give up. I'm the main protagonist.
I'll try for schizophrenia.
Uh-huh.
Now I
So
understand.
dumb. Just put the whole fucking word in there.
I think it was too long.
That doesn't make any
Is
sense
it because
schizo isn't a
Genocide
word.
Jack has a split personality?
You could have just put split in there,
think I
okay?
read that
That's
somewhere
the
in the
exact
file,
same
too.
length, and it actually is a word.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Right, because you can totally remember that.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Somebody just draw blood real quick.
Toko has split personality has to do with their behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She
right.
fainted
Good
when
job.
she saw
You get a
Chihiro's
fucking
corpse,
cookie.
and then, when she woke up...
We have brownies.
What's up? A lot of cupcakes.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm fine. Wow, is that dead body? Hey, you dead? Yeah.
The world has a front and back, a top ending and a bottom. A sea of truth, no weapon lies.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
How do you have a melancholy tone?
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
What's weed?
Kids, you want to see
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
Well,
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
That's what you get for trusting him.
Promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Well, that's the thing. I have a... this is just my speculation. I don't think it was Genocide Jack that killed Chihiro.
Yeah.
I think it was just straight up Toko.
I still don't believe it was
You
Toko.
said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
Fuck.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
Toko, it's been like 2 days since
I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
I mean, we can all vote right now. We all know it's Toko.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes, that's on you.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So if one of them happens to be a serial killer, you should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Gosh, yeah, she's little Looney Tunes.
Intense.
Like they say, sound and murder is mind, sound and murder is body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Why is
behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun?
That she's crazy. And how is she telling me so perfectly?
Because it's anime.
Murder, Swing, Genocide, Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then, it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Wow, you turn around real quick, Iowie.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What you said, I need to get some more details out of all this. Make your argument. Status of dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
That.
I think it was
Give it up. You killed her.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Sorry, but
You say that, but
perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare the modus operandi matches completely.
Wait,
no, that's wrong.
What about this one obscure detail that only I thought of?
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Fuck you, Byakuya.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah, we figured this out like right away.
Yeah.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
No need, I'll tell you.
SpaghettiOs.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
The sauce, she says.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Oh, fucking called out.
This is no creation of mine.
Those brands.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Chihiro got pounded. She got absolutely destroyed.
Her head did. Look. In the photos, you see a clear difference. The fatal injury.
I got it!
I got it.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Multiple pairs.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
What if the blow to the head was done
yes.
with a pair
That
of
is
scissors?
remarkably different from the other murders.
They put the scissors around.
Wouldn't
Wait a
it be
second.
strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
I mean, what if they couldn't find a pair of scissors?
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
Would you shut
then
up?
the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
They were
Yeah.
suspended by their hands. That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended.
I just want to point something out, though. If she's not actually the killer, then that means that she's going to be around with us for at least another chapter.
They have to make sure that she never sees blood again.
Yeah.
How was she what was used to suspend her?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
It was also scissors. It's almost
They
like it was
used
a
some
fetish.
kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Yeah, fuck off.
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack
got it
cases,
wrong, but okay.
something else was used to suspend them.
It was also a motherfucking pair of scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
Wait.
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Who the fuck's Big Mac?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen
We're
up,
Big Mac.
There's actually one more difference.
I think I fucking know who did it.
Who?
It's
My
gotta be
word,
Gakia.
you really
He's
didn't
literally
notice?
the only
Take a
person
look at
that
who
knew
the
so much
victims
about
were
the
in
Genocide
each
Jack
Genocide
case.
Jack
He was trying
case.
to pin it on her.
There's
He's
a
also the
pattern
only one
there,
that
just
knew that
waiting to be
Jack was part of
discovered.
them.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
You only kill men.
What? Oh, fuck. Look at the names of the victims. I knew this was gonna show up.
It's in the report, the case file.
Ken?
Fuck.
Fuck. We're not gonna be able to tell. It's probably a translation thing.
Shoji Gaku.
Yeah.
I think Kristen's right though.
They're all men. Well, it says look at the names.
Let's see what it is.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I wanna look at the case file. Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro, Shoji. I don't know Japanese.
Well, let me look
Those
it up.
no, don't. Give us 1 second. I just wanted to look at them to see if I could figure out
why she couldn't have killed Chihiro.
Chihiro was her lover. I think. Okay, I'm gonna go with Chris.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard because those are very Japanese names.
Okay, there was no end to it.
Yeah, no end to all the men's names.
Guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Yagi starts sweating nervously.
I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
What?
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line! That's the absolute reality of the one and only!
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
A lot smarter than we gave her credit for.
Does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
She's gonna reveal her
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever.
You got any
there
scissors?
still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh no. She's gonna pull him out.
Fuck!
Where are you hiding those? We're prisoners of war at their watches.
She's fully equipped! That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
Oh, fuck!
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my
How long
side?
have you had those?
The beginning.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you!
It's just crazy.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
S tier? S tier. I'm putting her
I
up
have
at
no
S tier.
idea what's going on anymore. Could such a
danger
heinous
bar
villain
is
really
active.
be innocent?
I think you should put just
But
genocide.
the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew
Almost
about
as if-
that.
Yeah, almost as if the game treats them as two separate people.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
That's wrong, though. There was one person. Select someone. It was Sayaka! And I select Monokuma!
I think it's Byakuya. Stop doing this.
Fine. I'm just cycling through everybody.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
He's gonna look you dead in the eye and
Plus,
be like, fuck
you'd
you.
already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened.
I have
hadn't
no
you?
fucking clue what you're talking about, Yagi. Now sit the fuck down.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind find it all? Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I don't have a response.
I see.
I didn't fucking do it.
So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now,
yeah,
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Suspicious indeed, wouldn't you say? What are you talking about? Let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah, something tells
like
me...
he knew.
You wanted to go to the
like
girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
But you knew Chihiro was a girl.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But they didn't
but
know
we
that.
didn't know
Nothing
it was
strange
Chihiro.
about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Ooh, I'm glad that we're gonna fucking take you down.
Make it clear to everyone. New elements were added.
Of course, why not?
Add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Can only be shot once as a single
so
truth.
I can use their phrases against them.
If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. You use flashback features many times as you want.
Okay.
Don't seem to have any answers to a lie or contradiction with your loaded truth bullets. Maybe always memorize a different weak spot and use that in a case. You have to use your keen wits in this case. So I will say that you don't use...
You won't be repeating anything. So it's basically saying you have to do it this first time.
So you know what you're doing.
So, you said Byakuya...
Shut up, TV!
Damn TV!
I thought Yaka was a little, like, pushing Genocide Jack a little too much. Like, it came together a little too easy to be Toko. I mean, I still thought it was Toko, but I think that's what the game intended.
Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Uh-huh.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
You're a weirdo.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
Memorize that.
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Awful.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity that's
unnatural! The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity that's unnatural!
The victim was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong!
Good job.
Break!
You did good.
I'm about to break!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? He doesn't even care. Not corny, he's acting like he has it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof?
Look it over. Files. Mounted to a nearby wall. They were not mounted to a wall.
Likely stew. The difference between the case and other Genocide Jack murders. Evidence that Bruce Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be?
Find out. Library desk lamp? Okay.
The extension cord.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Please.
When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
I think it's arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya! I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I think it's the... You have to change the truth bullet.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors to...
But Chihiro was... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Having the thing.
The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Slow it down.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my...
Bam!
No, that's wrong.
You're wrong.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
That is not correct.
Because, you see, that rope,
is...
or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Well, yes, I use it in
And the
library.
same extension cord that was in the library all this time
I mean, oh, wait.
went missing after the murder.
God, that was so
And there's no
obvious, though.
way
Like,
someone
you
who
guys are so
uses that
stupid.
extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah.
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Like, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
What?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Unless it wasn't him! I can't stand this one.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was it just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. But does that mean he really just said that Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's something different off about what he said. The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
God, fuck you,
What
man.
kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
God, I fucking hate
The rest of the murder scene?
No, Byakuya.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Did you just... Let me read that again. Disappointing. Question. Killed someone, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Remember the.
Yeah, I know what it means. I'm just trying to clarify what he means.
Byakuya, who was so confident up until now.
Why would he be nervous
Never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I have like 5 pieces of proof.
In the boys and girls' locker room.
This and this.
Do the 2 locker room posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Thank you for.
Why would the
saying
girls'
it like
locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Put those scissors away.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again,
Meanwhile,
that doesn't
the
really
one
seem to
lesbian
belong
is
in a
like-
boys' locker room.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that was weird.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah.
You're referring
Sorry,
to my
Phil.
protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
Every time she fucking says it, it gets
But I
funnier.
noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It moved to the boys' locker room carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Can we take a picture of it? Like, how can you
Then,
say...
does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
But why?
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible.
Yeah,
don't you think?
To frame it on a girl.
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
So it makes it look like a girl did it.
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook.
No, she did have a...
Yeah, in order to get in the locker room, you have to swipe e-handbook across the card reader device, but Chihiro's handbook should only allow her access to the locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Why are you surprised, Makoto? We did have a...
Did have one. I can tell you what it was.
Wait, and I can tell you what it was.
Why are you saying this?
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could you have really gotten to the boys' locker room somehow?
Leon's handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay. I think it wants us to say that... No. Okay, I know what it is.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really...
I've got... She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate... I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't... She used the thing... Huh?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook. If she had that, she could get into
the boys' locker room no problem.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked... She was the ultimate... I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't...
She used the thing that was in the...
Huh? What?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I mean,
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Sadly, no.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Leon's didn't work because he
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Because it was on him when he got...
No.
She must have hacked hers, like I said.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here for that, but Monokuma said they were indestructible.
No, they had one flaw.
They had one flaw, but
we never said it.
We never figured out what it was.
It can't be in water or something like that?
No, that wasn't it. He said it can survive underwater, too.
To depths of like 1,000 feet. I'm pretty sure it's like Leon stopped working because he killed someone. That's the flaw, is because when you become a black hole,
you're dead.
No, Mizuno's still work too.
Sayaka's and Junko's still in. Yeah, you missed a lot.
She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
No.
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Kyoko, you inspected the body.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? She was killed in the girls' locker room. Byakuya was the one who did it.
Why are we trying to not pick Byakuya?
I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about?
She's a
what
fucking
other way
trap.
Is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Everybody, flash forward to 5 minutes later. That's a penis!
Yep, that's the secret.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Neat.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
I want to take off Chihiro's clothes.
I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Hold on, pilot. We can't show nipples on Twitch.
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. I don't think there were nipples. With Kyoko's lead. If there is, we'll instantly stop. And where she took us was...
back to the body.
The girls' locker room?
And where else?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
You didn't search this. She left some
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Gross.
You want us to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Why are you like
Take
this?
your time.
Just fucking
She
say
said
it.
in her carefully? Like using
Anybody
our
but
hands?
Hifume, please.
No way!
Okay, get the fuck out then.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a
You guys
girl's
are
dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
It's my religion why I'm a virgin.
Very well. I'll do it.
Do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
She's more man than any of them.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Woo.
Hold that thought.
So just leave this to me.
Yeah, hold that fucking
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot you were...
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Why is there a bulge here?
Ooh, woo.
Putting your hands together to breathe.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Why don't you just say it?
Just say
Her
it.
entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is...
A penis.
What is this...
She's going
What is
super. What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Driver was staring while at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
What are we gonna see?
This girl is...
Is what?
It's a boy.
Is a boy.
How'd you find that out?
So
thank you for
she
confirming
was
that fact.
actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, you probably would.
Then it's really true?
Man, it really
Chihiro
sucks that this
was
is like the worst
guy?
kept secret in the game, and I'm pretty sure all three of us had found this out before we got to this point.
Like I said, I was revealed because one of my coworkers is an asshole.
Yeah, and I saw it online because nobody online is super like tries to keep a secret. I'm sure it's probably better kept secret in Japan because in Japan they have 3 gender pronouns. They have male, female, and ambiguous because that's a very common trope in Japan where there's a character who looks neither like a girl or a boy.
What are the pronouns for ambiguous? This is like them and they?
Pretty much, yeah. It's a lot more commonly used in Japan than it would be here.
Yeah.
Because they think, I don't know if it's like a big thing, but they think that non-binary, I guess, characters are badass or more interesting. I don't know.
Adds to the mystery.
Yeah, Japan's weird.
But that is one hell of a plot twist, though.
Yeah, a lot of anime dubs get this wrong because there are big characters that are ambiguous and they just get a he or she pronoun, but in Japan they're just straight up ambiguous. Like their gender's never revealed. I know that one kid from Soul Eater is a big example of that because like
which kid?
The kid in Soul Eater who doesn't have a gender.
Krona?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. In Japan, they do not have a gender. In America, they are just a boy, and I think it's really dumb.
Yeah.
That's
Actually, no. I think there's one time it's referred to as daughter.
Yeah, because they can't translate it properly.
Mm-hmm.
But
is it like the manga? They say daughter, and then the anime they say boy.
No, in the manga they say child.
I mean, in the English translation.
In the English translation,
I believe they say my daughter.
I know there.
Medusa was the one who kept pronouncing him as daughter.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else referred to Krona as he.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
I mean, of course you did.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire!
Fuck.
I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Look, guys, it's a penis.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
It's like one of the guys is checking her out.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
So only a boy could have done it.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yep, because the only... So a boy had to do it because the only other handbooks that could be borrowed were girls.
Yeah.
And that's how...
They got it.
And there's exactly enough for a victim and a killer. One Sayaka's could be used by
I imagine they like opened the door just through her body, hit her.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it,
Well, I
but the
guess
fact is, Chihiro.
I guess
maybe
the
it was trans. I don't know.
No. The thing is about they do refer to corpses as items, so I guess he wouldn't need to borrow both of them. He just needed one for himself.
Don't only Byakuya who said that.
No, it was Monokuma. Monokuma was like, once you die, you're a body. You're a thing. You're not a person.
Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy.
I wish I'd connected more with him. Even better.
That never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Now we're switching his pronouns. Jesus.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes.
I'm curious.
pregnancy.
Anyway.
That would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Yeah.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
It was to frame a girl.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Oh my god, he's a trans.
This is the most titillating situation!
And she's just freaky.
Byakuya saw Chihiro in the boys' locker room and was like, this is wrong, and immediately killed him.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
So pissed if he was
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think
We have
Byakuya's the
found
killer?
zero evidence saying he's not.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Oh my god.
But I
Don't do this.
think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
That was before I found out there was a
He just
bulge in
seems to
there.
be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Oh my god.
At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
He wanted to kill everyone.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but... it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct, for the time
So
being.
you're telling me a
Mark it
third
as
party
correct?
killed Chihiro.
He's right.
Killed Chihiro. And then tried to make it look like Byakuya did it. Who made it look like Toko did it. Who is actually Genocide Jack.
But didn't do it.
So somebody, A, had to figure out that Toko was Genocide Jack. B, figure out that Byakuya knew that Genocide Jack was Toko. C, frame it on...
I think it's more of they killed someone, Byakuya found out, and made it look like Genocide Jack.
I'm thinking it's more Scott's.
Yeah.
It's possible she was just thrown in there.
So then how did Byakuya get in the girls' locker room if that's...
The handbook of Junko and...
But why would he do that if he's not the killer? If
I-
your reasoning is somebody else killed Chihiro, moved her to the girls' locker room,
No.
Byakuya hit it?
I think
Why?
it was he killed whoever did kill Chihiro left. Byakuya found them, took one of the other handbooks.
Because doesn't it always start once somebody has found a body?
3 people.
No, I know, but doesn't he always tell them once a body has been discovered by one person,
No.
that's when you all have to start looking?
No.
No. Once there has been a murder, then
Once
people
there's
have
been
to
3 people.
Okay, so it is 3 people.
He informs you, I think, the morning after, because both Sayaka and Chihiro were killed in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but like I said, Byakuya found Chihiro's body in the boys' locker room, put them in the girls' locker room, made it look like Genocide Jill did it, and then left.
But why?
Let's find out.
I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room.
Hey! Look what I fucking said.
Decided to alter it.
Why though?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
No, that's what
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Fucking awful,
Well,
and I can't believe
I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
We don't have anything else.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true.
What he wanted.
Very well then. I'm with you too.
That's why he
Damn
fucked
straight.
wanted to
Count
die.
me in.
Yakuga wanted
Do you
to
not
die.
have a mind of your own?
Of course
take
I
everyone
do.
with you. I told
What am
you.
I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
I fucking hate you. Who pounded Chihiro?
There's one thing that we can be sure the killer was able to get access to the real murder scene, which means
the killer
is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, the Leon's hand was currently broken, the killer would have to use their own.
Or Chihiro's.
No.
The killer had to have been the guy, but still not enough. We need to find some more clues.
Celeste.
Isn't there a...
Chihiro spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes. Oh yeah, the clothes in the exercise bag were not found in this scene. No one but Celeste knew about that.
Single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but... Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Or that one.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Shut
up. I know that.
Not game over!
That's a reference to Aliens.
Isn't there a single clue that...
Well, clues are... Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the... Perhaps someone saw the victim at some...
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all... You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better keep going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he's a dude. Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Oh no.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
I know who it is.
No.
Who is it?
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Who?
Fuck.
Tell me.
Huh?
You know who the
We've
killer
been
is.
bouncing around so many times.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Fuck.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Yep.
Are you sure about that?
Think back to who Chihiro made a connection with.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
You know who I'm talking about?
Oz? No.
Us? Yeah.
I know.
You want
who
to track
you're
down some
talking about.
fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Really wholesome clues, now it's really hard to believe.
Let's see. I'm scared to make any inferences from this point because
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
God,
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
The Celeste account is blue exercise clothes.
Got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Okay, thank you all for
Did
describing
any
your
of
favorite
that
colors.
really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Sorry, what you said just now was really odd.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading.
He was on his way, so next week, why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that, it matched the one the cult.
So, what you're saying? The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong.
We didn't say what color it was.
Oh.
So my prediction is...
Hold on a second, Mondo.
So yeah, right before Chihiro died, Chihiro was like, "Hey Mondo, you're trying to convince me to get more pumped up. Let's go exercise together in secret."
What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
What did I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Scrotum head.
Stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then assuming he hit off text or something.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Yes. I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No.
Yeah, find him.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was
Give me one to find the culprit and stuff.
is if he saw Cherry with it before he died!
What? What'd you say?
I want to see who you guys figure out how the killer died.
When they did the comic thing?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back when they start doing that.
Okay.
It's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Okay,
just by chance.
Like,
I just happened to see it
like,
last night.
Slowly puts the scissors down.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
Double dragging your bag in a hurry. It looked like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, here you go.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
He was closest.
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
The way he talked. He did say he would never harm a girl.
No, but that was longer than this. The way he was...
I think it's the way he talked. No. Let's try acting.
Yeah, he's been unusually quiet.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Did he?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Yeah, Chihiro told him.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Taka's over here like,
was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
You're a biker gang leader.
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Taka, calm the fuck down.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Oh boy.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Yeah.
Really? What kind of evidence?
What'd you find, Fume?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
I'm gonna kill him.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Danganronpa, right? That must belong to...
Mine?
Chihiro's?
I got it!
Yeah.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Wow. Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get...
We didn't use this one.
They're broken.
There's only one possibly. Exploding a bug? Check the... No, there are no weak points on it. I think it's exploiting a bug. Bug? Oh.
Shoot!
Oof. Getting a weak point, I guess. You can't hack it.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Maybe
then...
the same person broke both.
Then we
of them.
can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Oh my god, what if that
You
actually
know what
is
the
it?
weakness is, right, Monokuma?
Yeah, I hit a
So-
handbook with another handbook.
They didn't let me.
What is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
What do you mean?
But if I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Hold on.
Oh.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Fucking Mondo had his
They'd
clothes on.
realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to
He
figure
took
out why.
Leon's handbook.
No.
And once
he
they
took
had
his
Chihiro's
own
handbook,
No, it
they knew
broke,
they had
so
an
he
easy
swapped it
way
out.
to dispose of it.
Yeah.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
He didn't know us while they were busy.
I don't know of
fucking
anyone
sauna.
who took their...
Okay, so we found out that the weakness of the handbooks is that if they're under high temperature for over an exposed period of time, they break. I think that while they were in the sauna fucking, because Taka took off his clothes, Mondo did not.
Yeah.
Mondo's broke, and he swapped it out with Leon's. So that's the one he currently has right now.
handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
It was fucking Mondo.
Whoa, seriously?
Taka.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
myself. Taka knows.
No, he's so sad now.
His bro.
Who wore all their clothes in the sauna. It was...
Me.
Me!
It was Hifumi.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
I know what you're talking about.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either.
He has the proof. It's on his person right
But I
now.
found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Major or I think it's a broken e-handbook.
Yeah.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
I think it's that one there.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
No.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
He's a biker gang leader. He did not do that by being nice.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own hand. In other words, if then that proves that.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Fuck.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
By the way, are you the one moving the cursor around, or is the game doing
Let's
that?
test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No, that's wrong!
You got Leon.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
I just want to point this out, though. With the fact that there are both male and female people dead at this point, that means that, well, after this trial, I'm sure, that means that anybody can take those handbooks from the main hall and sneak into the other locker room. So, have fun with that.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Open up your fucking handbook.
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
No.
You are wrong!
Close your eyes.
You have to be
That's
wrong!
my world without you, bro.
Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
He's going.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Oh, okay, we're about to do the comic thing.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Why did we become the lead attorney?
Yakuya fucking called it.
Yeah.
Okay, so stuffed in the bag.
That
Celeste
one.
sees.
I think it's that one right there, yeah.
Okay, she stuffs it in the bag. She leaves. Act 2. Lifting. The killer's lifting weights. That's in Sana, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's that one.
God, there's a bunch of.
Here, let's skip those two and go back to them later.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Chihiro meets him. Okay, I think that one's the. Chihiro's from home.
Well, what is the next page?
I think it's closing the door.
I don't know if that's closing the door. Alright. Hits with the thing. This is probably the... Fuck, keep mixing them up. This is the dumbbell. Ow. Drop some ground.
No, I think that's the hitting him on the head, not the dumbbell.
What? There is no hitting on them on the head.
Yeah, go through. Go through your things again.
There is no hitting them on the head.
Oh, there were more.
Whoa! Why are there so many? Jesus. Okay, so I think...
Go back, yeah.
This one...
I don't think that was part of it.
Fuck, I don't know.
Because remember, we have a lot of those.
Chihiro goes into the board.
No, swap those two.
Okay.
He closes the door.
I don't know if that one's it. I'll come back to it. So that's gonna be bloody now.
Realizes what happened. He drops it.
Drops it. Okay.
And then he starts moving
things around. Moves the body. And then put it her blood on the.
Go back. Go back.
I don't think that.
No. Go forward. Next page. See,
What?
you have the 2 cards there, so I don't think you need the other ones on the first page.
Oh, fucking. Let's figure this out. Why is he here now? Okay, so he just leaves her in there. I hate these.
Hey, go back a act, like a page. We can't do the one with the writing the blood on the walls because Byakuya did that.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So
It could be the post, yeah.
It's the other poster, which, thank God, they're so fucking similar. It's so easy to tell, like, which is which one goes where.
That might be it.
That one's, yeah. That one's here, I think.
No, that doesn't make sense. Keep going, though. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Yeah, the dumbbell, the one about dropping the dumbbell, I think that was wrong. I think that's what it is.
What?
Go back to
the dumbbell.
I think that's the one with the blood splattered onto the
Because it's
page.
right on the wall, an empty wall.
It's not a wall.
Or a corner.
It's not the corner. Like, this blue space gets filled in.
I'm talking the one underneath it. That's a corner.
I think it's, yeah, when he hits it, it's supposed to show the picture of the blood hitting the poster and then dripping onto the floor.
So this one. This one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
God, I hate these. So then this one...
Keep going. That one.
Doesn't make any sense. Why would they have two in the same place? I have no idea what this one's supposed to be, because this could be anyone's fucking handbook. He goes in, and then something, Chihiro...
Let's get the last ending.
Okay,
yeah, let's keep going.
Everything's done there. Byakuya comes into the girls' locker room for some reason.
Maybe
and
they don't close the door.
Ties up Chihiro. So this one's
That's
probably
the extension. That one's writing in blood.
Why does? Oh, okay, that's Chihiro. I was always like, their hair is too similar. Okay, and then finally, this one's the song.
Dude, yeah, do that again. I think. Oh, change next one. Keep going. Fuck, other way. That one right there, the pool.
The pool?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to the sauna.
There's another one in the bathroom. I thought. Or a...
I thought the...
No, that's a picture of the sauna.
It's a way to the sauna.
No. That's the sauna itself.
That's the
I thought that was a pool. I was wrong.
No. I think you're right. You're on the right track. But this room that it's depicting is the room right before the sauna. So
That's what I meant.
It would make sense that it would.
I mistook that for the pool. Is what I'm saying.
So now we need to figure out. I think everything up to. What the fuck is this one?
Check the other things again, I guess.
I don't fucking know.
It could be that.
That kind of makes sense.
I still think that. I think you need to put that one. Either put the poster one on there or swap the two.
This looks like he's putting it. Now that I look at it, see there are the streaks across the poster.
Yeah,
I think he's putting it up. So it's really dumb that it would be arranged like that, but okay.
I think it's
okay. This one I think is this.
No.
Because he's picking it up. Because he doesn't have it in this shot. And then he picks it up.
Maybe.
And then he has it.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Alright.
If anything...
This looks super sketchy, but let's try it
Here's
out.
exactly what happened.
I hope.
First, let's take a look back to before the
I fucking
incident.
hate the game part of this game.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit.
Finger.
You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
I don't know, Makoto.
Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Yep.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Crunch.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Huh?
Not putting the poster there.
I think it's e-handbook.
What? Why?
Oh no, the girls' locker room.
What?
That one right there. I think that's it.
I didn't see that as an option.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
The killer is you! Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody
Yep.
Yeah. Going to the
and
girls'
finally
locker.
carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Okay, he didn't fucking open the door. He put the fucking poster back.
The killer is you!
Ridiculous.
After all, using one of those.
Okay.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
Just those two things, though.
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
The old switcheroo.
That could have been the end of things, but no.
But no! Someone had to make
Yakuya
this
discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library,
wouldn't it be fun
and
if I
then
made
he
people
got to
think
work.
I was the killer.
That's why him and Toko make a wonderful couple.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Why, though?
Just to fuck with them.
He wants to die.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
Maybe the door was open.
There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
What if Byakuya
And
went
just
into
as the
locker
killer
room
expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic
because
gadget.
He noticed that one of the handbooks was missing from the main hall.
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
You could possibly he was in the...
And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
No. I was so fond of your scrotum head.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's
Bro.
your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
I just listened
You
to
need
them.
evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
You're just bad because you took between two other people that are already dead.
It was up early in the trial. And somehow show where Bondo's handbook is right now. So that everything will become clear. Time to bring out his handbook. Bullet time battles.
I guess.
Talks about fever time and NECA time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever don't like it, and the tempo will be forced to its max. Even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss.
What?
So you can push however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assaults. It's only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible. Of course, well, you got to access the special time.
Why?
If the opponent activates the negative time during the bullet, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher.
Fuck.
Never mind.
I'm sure nothing would happen. Don't worry about it.
If your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use negative time. Well, then good luck and have fun.
Yeah, I think if I'm gonna replay this game, I'm just gonna have it on simple difficulty because...
The moment of truth. Oh, it's him freaking out.
Oh, Taka.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Activate
Fuck.
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt!
final strike.
Oh my god.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Sorry, Taka.
Your boy betrayed you.
My thinking so far is
Also,
right.
Whoever said earlier that we didn't have any best guys, it was Chihiro all along. Chihiro was best boy.
Somebody said that?
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon.
Oh, that's right.
We only had girls
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Yeah, does everybody pull out
Once
your
we do
handbook?
that, we'll...
Anybody who's got a broken one?
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
What if someone's got
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
No, at least he's finally owning up to it.
Mondo. Oh my god, it was so bad. At least I did... Okay, so which part did I miss on? Phase 3?
I think it was the one we were supposed to...
Nice.
Do the schizophrenia one?
That
Bro?
one, yeah.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
That's a surprisingly PSP-esque cutscene.
Weird, almost like this game was...
What?
Oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Ta-da! Mondo Owada!
My boy!
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyoto chose the wrong answer. If you're trending very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru, you need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he gets to kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why?
We were supposed to get married.
Why did you do it?
He's drooling too.
Now then.
Well, looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button. You fast forward the text. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, there once was a young boy.
Mark, Celeste goes and goes, does anyone feel like we're in a video game?
It's like, what do you mean by circle button? And his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember. He couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness.
Almost like he had a complex or something.
To take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. Please don't say it like that again. He had chosen that as his way out. Stop that.
No one will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in this shell.
No matter, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him. It was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
I want to give them a hug. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hard shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured that being thrust in such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After trying my best to become stronger, then I can tell everyone.
Oh my god, Chihiro was trying to work out...
To get stronger.
No, I mean, not just to get stronger, but like, he was totally prepared to tell everybody the next morning, but he never got the chance.
Unknowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
What a dick!
That's
Fuck
right.
that guy.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger, accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. I feel like I've heard that voice before.
Stop it.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it'd be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
It sure was. The biker gang had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
Oof.
He did keep the secret.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Should have talked to Sakura.
Oof. He couldn't. He was too nervous around girls.
Oh, fuck, that's right. Maybe talking to Mondo about would help give me some courage.
That's why he went.
So he went to ask Mondo to help him become... What?
What? Weird.
Sorry. Something in my throat.
That was weird.
That was his aspiration. He thought that only with Mondo's support would he be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
Did he do what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Oh my god! He kept the secret.
Indeed.
That's exactly what
Wasn't that to cover up what he had done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it.
I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because for the whole time we thought...
Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, only a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and then stealing his handbook, see?
Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed.
Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't even want him to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The secrets.
Possibility.
What is this?
It's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad.
He murdered someone before.
Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant
You're
killing
wrong.
someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, what did I tell you?
He's gonna put all of our secrets up on the board.
The embarrassing memory the secret that he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He fucked in the sauna.
You wanna know?
He killed his own brother.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada.
Yeah. Diamond.
What? Diamond?
That's their biker game.
Yeah.
Oh, Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Vroom, vroom. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
Ew.
But then Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over Daya, huh? Daya created his gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Could someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta...
Don't fuck with me!
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. Me and my corn head. And the night of this... Oh, okay.
And then, another night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race.
I didn't even realize that there were,
Yeah.
Retirements for game.
During the race, tragedy struck.
That's a bus.
The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
A bus. Can you even do that on a motorcycle?
No, I don't think so.
Like, fucking Mondo should be dead.
Or at least, burned to hell.
Yeah.
Laying his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Oof.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what. You gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team. You and me. Put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team that made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet...
As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets.
Ain't I a stinker?
At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why
Mondo?
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness, and I just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like that before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety weighed down in my stomach. It was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because, I mean, you've kept this secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words lay like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had.
Well, to be fair, Chihiro's secret was the fact that he was cross-dressing, not that he literally killed a man.
In his defense,
I was jealous of
that he's a bedwetter.
And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
Not making fun of me. You really are strong, Mondo.
I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why do you have
you!
to tell me all that? You're trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I don't know what you mean. I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, fuck you. I am strong. I'm strong. I'm so strong I'm gonna fucking kill you. Why?
You son of a bitch!
What did I do? I don't remember anything after that. He was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey.
I
killed him.
Killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was always so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was the secret. A weakness like that lived in the heart like this, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Fuck you, Bear!
Well...
Look at him! You see, you're all just like him! For our secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. Doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
Someone... Okay. I'll circle back to this.
You bastard! You son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because time for punishment is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well
The
now.
blockade that disturbed the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
From Mondo Awada.
The ultimate biker gang leader.
Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
that they would survive this.
Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
I'm sure that's what it is, yeah.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
The bear has a fucking head.
Oh boy.
Oh. What?
Do you not know what that ring is for a motorcycle?
The cage of death? What?
That's that you have to rev your motorcycle and circle it around
Yeah.
the entire thing.
Oh.
Boing. Why do you care?
You can't destroy the bear.
Where'd the hair go?
Oh boy.
Oh,
Get an electric shock.
Well, the bear's dead.
No, he's exhausted.
Not the
He's
only
tired.
one.
Where'd he go?
He was a ghost.
Maybe he was never there to begin with.
Oh, he's
What?
What the?
What?
Oh God!
God.
No!
And he's gonna eat him! Ah!
Got churned up into butter. That was horrifying. At least there was a body
At
for
death,
Leon.
your soul will forever be at peace.
You can't be. My brother.
Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again.
I want to feel again.
I miss my wife. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here.
War never changes.
I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen.
I think you're one step too late. Somebody else has already gone mad.
Can I replay that? Nope.
You like your...
Thank you.
There you go. You feel happy now?
Let's talk.
Takasad screams invade our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. The disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because the game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response.
However.
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Obvious, because to make things more interesting. It was calm and emotional, like the voice of death. Chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. Now, see?
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too.
That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue.
That night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room.
Ooh woo.
After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You actually witnessed the murder?
Did you fucking hear him?
He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Oh man, imagine if Mondo had killed Byakuya too. Man.
Oh.
Would have made this so much easier, you know?
You're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
Yeah, it's all interesting to me.
Indeed, but if had been the end of it, how boring would have that been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning.
I hate you.
Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought if I would liven things up... You did all to liven things up?
I see.
After hearing...
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But...
Damn, man. You figure who had really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. He'll turn to look me in the eye. I can feel the sharp eyes piercing into me.
One of you is...
a certain remark
No,
for someone.
thanks to... it seems that one of you isn't an incomparable, insufferable asshole, so I'm fine. I'm really fine.
Once
Interesting.
I do decide to become black, and I know who I have to watch out.
Is that a...
Are
Is
you
that a threat?
Can we vote out someone to just die?
Is it... Do you mean to tell me that Byakuya now is planning?
So, here's my next question.
He's planning our own murder.
What if you all murder Bakuya? What if, like, you all take
Monokuma already mentioned this earlier. It's whoever lands the killing blow that actually gets it. You can't have an accomplice. So that was your reason.
So, you know, are you satisfied?
So, but what if you all took syringes and injected air into his veins?
Shut up.
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure Monokuma would just decide which one of you.
Monokuma would have been like, well, you can't play
what,
by the rules, so
no
you're all gonna fucking die. I'm gonna start over with 15 new kids since y'all are such fucking smart asses.
We're done listening to your story.
Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair, it's my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments were meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
You're all being videotaped.
What the heck?
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every stupid little thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, where we stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
Really,
exciting!
you understand me?
Are we sure Mondo did it? I kind of think I want to change my vote.
I mean, he's dead now, so we kind of can't. We're on Twitch right now. I think it's the start of... Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Side by side plays on Twitch. These are some terrifying friendships.
That's enough.
Shut up, I'm never stupid because I'm never like Chudge.
You just admitted to the idea of contemplating murder.
Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. We're going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
Name of the Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
So cool, it's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you!
No
that's
trash mob?
That's Makoto. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you! Tamper, sounds like someone needs a nap.
What if his whole goal is to kill Monokuma?
Yeah. I think that's actually it.
I mean, yeah, he's already kind of admitted to it. Like he said that
he's gonna find out by
no,
himself.
Byakuya already confided in us. He said his goal, like he likes solving cold cases, solving unsolvable murders. He's a superior. He has a superiority complex. He likes feeling better than everybody else. And if he has to kill a few people to do it, who fucking cares?
Peeled across the courtroom, and the curtains closed in the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, and more of a future than us. All of our courage, our efforts, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
I mean, that's kind of the point. Despair game. Oh, who the
Well,
fuck?
anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
There's a girl that killed somebody now?
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
There's someone on the inside.
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Monokuma's got an agent.
There's one thing I'd like to add.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
You're gross.
Who is it? The 16 high school student.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Boys have strength. The end.
Down to 10.
I guess was finished.
Why? Are you bored?
The crazy diamond present.
What do we get a trophy for?
2 of a kind.
Well, that's probably the... Yeah, hold on. Okay, so that's probably the trophy for finishing Chapter 2. Then what was the other thing we got?
I think it was the execution.
No, because we don't get one for executions.
Mm-mm.
Ah! Ha 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 ha! Not from concentrate. Clear the class trial without using your concentration skill a single time. Almost like I fucking planned that.
Ah.
Alright. Sniff. Sniff, sniff.
I know I shouldn't cry.
So we're just gonna leave it on this screen for a little bit. We got anything to talk about? Just
fuck. There was a story.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like maybe I'll put it right here.
Why don't you just save a picture of it? You know, you could do that.
I guess I could actually. Just like if I ever want to come back to this exact moment. All right. Ooh woo.
Anyway, okay, we're done being perverts. I actually have a story to tell.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the story.
Sit on this screen.
The last time my father and my brother shot me with BB guns.
What?
Yeah, they had this little thing where they thought it was funny to shoot me with their fucking BB guns.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the standard ones, which are spring-loaded. If I remember correctly, my brother used ones that use CO2 canisters.
Okay, so they're tough ones.
Yeah, which hurt a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're fired at a much higher...
Yeah.
Anything.
They chased me to the backyard, and my brother decided to... So, my dining room table is set in front of the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Decided to sit there and wait for me to try to open the door so he could shoot me. Well... I tried it once. I tried maybe if I was fast enough. He almost got me, but decided to stay out there. He told me he was willing to wait there for as long as it takes to shoot me again. Or until Mom got home, in which case he would get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That day, my aunt was supposed to pick us up to take us to our cousin's house for the weekend to hang out with my cousins. So, without him realizing it, I went back into the backyard, snuck to the front, ran all the way up to a subway that was nearby and asked them to use their phones.
Yeah.
I called my aunt and told her to pick me up from that subway.
Mm-hmm.
And I lied to her saying, I think it was like, no, Matt decided he didn't want to go. When she picked me up, like, hey, come on your cell phone real quick. Gives it to me. I called my brother and told him, yeah, I'm on my way to our cousin's house. I told her not to come for you. Don't fucking shoot me with BB guns again. When I came back the next day, he was pissed. I mean, absolutely pissed. My dad thought it was funny as hell, but he promised he wouldn't shoot me with a BB gun anymore, and he made Matt promise.
But...
Yep, that's what I see. It's in my sights.
I'm seeing something else.
I can't take it anymore.
She's gonna fucking kill
Getting out
someone.
of here anytime soon.
We could keep her company.
It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to...
I might decide to murder. Donuts! I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Or are we gonna start chapter 3 with a murder?
Place donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas.
Malasadas! You gotta get your malasadas! I'm doing the How pose from, what?
Let's go.
You can leave if you want. I'm gonna go at my own pace, okay?
Oh
God, donuts. I've been praying for a wonderful encounter. You know, last night we had a murder, so I feel like it's a good thing. It's a good idea to just wander around alone at midnight. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime. This is why I wanted to fucking charge the controller. Right now, for me, the donuts are absolutely necessary. Fuck?
Huh?
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 What's that sound?
I'm thinking I don't need donuts.
Yeah, I'm probably good.
Something coming from the bathhouse?
But...
Okay, I'm tired.
Y'all get Sakura.
I'm scared, but... I'm just gonna... Someone there?
What the?
What the fuck?
It's the spirit of Chihiro. Next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. I hate him.
What the fuck?
The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Everyone met at the dining hall just like always.
Okay, alright.
Just call it good?
Yeah, we'll call it good, because I guess Kristen's really impatient and wants to stop. But, so, the class trial really fucking...
It chewed
It's
up a lot of
long.
time.
Yeah, it's like the only gameplay part of the game, I guess, so I guess it makes sense, but like...
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to do those first.
I don't really want to do Galaxy tonight. I have an idea, though, of what I want to do, so this was kind of a...
By the way, I
was okay
wanted
with...
to make this public. My dude, I
Yeah.
challenge you to a speedrun of Sonic Colors.
No.
Why not?
Because I know nothing about that game?
Sonic Colors?
Yeah.
You have it.
Yeah, but I'm not speedrunning it.
Pussy.
Alright, well, thank you all for joining us. Hold on 1 second.
What's wrong?
You know, actually...
I know, I'm a bitch.
Let's get through this cutscene, then. I want to get to the point, a point where I can use the store and the Mono machine. I
I
expected
expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but...
There was another murder. Or should I say, 2 murders.
Today's kind of sucks on Toko. The octopus still refused to show up. I haven't seen this.
I mean, are you guys really wanting Toko to be anywhere near you? She has basically admitted to murdering several people.
She said her stomach is hurting, so she's taking it easy and all in for today.
Oh!
Too many donuts is what she said.
What?
What'd
you say?
She said her stomach was feeling uneasy, like too many donuts.
This is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worried.
So then...
So it's just the 7 of us then.
It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang!
Thanks for trying, at least.
I don't want to.
Taka's just... Oh no! My boy!
He's so shaky.
Impossible.
Yeah, I tried. Who wants weed?
Who wants some weed?
Taka hadn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo.
My boy.
The two of them became so close, and he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. and then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. Can't imagine what it must have been, what it must have done to him.
Hey, your friend tried to frame you.
What's gonna happen now? Yeah, but they didn't fuck.
They didn't fuck.
We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help is ever gonna come.
It's like...
thinking about it.
We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live together here in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now.
What, to live here forever?
Okay, I think I might pump Celeste up to S tier. Now hear me out. She seems like scary, but I also think it's an act.
Mm-hmm. She's the ultimate gambler.
Yeah, she's the gambler, and so far she hasn't really been wrong. She's like predicted 2 murders in a row. I mean, sort of. She kind of had the ball. She was on the ball in the first one. She really didn't contribute to the second one.
Well,
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? Let me ask you. In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, is our current situation not...
Demon Angel. Pretty pudgy princess?
Huh?
Here we go!
Girl shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon cat, girl, dog boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King.
Oh, he's listing off the characters.
And then... It chose a weird time to do that.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such bases on to their advantage as bending to the... Oh.
Shut up, pilot.
Sorry!
I can't have my fucking hentai in here, you bitch!
Then make your own.
You know?
Oh! Since Taka like catatonic. As the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. Who wants weed? So we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school.
Why? Oh yeah, I guess another floor probably opened up.
I'm right,
Well, I mean,
right?
Since the class trial is over and all.
Perhaps.
There should be new places for us to investigate.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
And once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. You have any problem with that, Celeste?
There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here.
Oh, the point is to look for clues. Just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
Stop, bitches!
You called for me and so I appeared.
Genocide.
I called for you!
What
the? How come it's Genocide Jill, not Toko?
Yes! God, this place is so amazing! Finally a place I can just be my murderous self! Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding my cape from me. Plus I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I just gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches.
But you are a killer with split personality.
Oh god, she's gonna kill Toko.
You weren't here, my chance for pilot will go up at least 10%!
10%? That seems a little low, bro.
Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up.
Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach, including murder, Jill.
I like to imagine that Sakura is just like a big sister to Genocide Jill, and like Sakura doesn't give a fuck about her.
So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much-needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school.
Get in that mono machine. I'm gonna fucking talk to Toko. I just like this is the time. Okay. Nobody's around.
They're at the new floor.
Oh,
I think you have to get that. Yeah.
There's you. I want to go. Okay, it will let me. Alright, so this seems like a good place to any. Next time we'll start Chapter 3.
We'll talk to Toko.
We'll find Toko.
We'll find Genocide Gel.
We can talk to Chihiro, but why? Yeah, 143. Well, we wanna talk to Celeste, but anyway. Thank you all for watching. I'm Shikuquaza.
I'm the ZGPilot.
Join us. I don't know. Are you coming over Saturday?
I don't know.
Don't know?
If you guys know for sure that you're going to be doing D&D that night, then probably.
We'll see. We'll think about it. So Saturday, honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh well. Let's read Gash and Goombas. See you guys next time. Bye.
By the way, you want to do something tomorrow? After I get off work?
Maybe.
Let's go on with Dead Island.
Okay.